Some of you walked in here today with the weight of the world pressing on your shoulders. You've been through storms. You've been through nights so long. You thought the morning would never come. But I came to tell you, this is not the end of your story. Oh, you might feel shaken, but you are now broken. You might feel wounded, but you are not defeated, because the God who started a work in you is the God who's gonna bring you all the way through. I don't care how loud the winds are blowing. I don't care how high the waves are crashing. T.D.JAKES. Somebody shout, this season will now destroy you. The enemy thought he could bury you, but all he did was plant you. And when this is over, you're not just coming out, you're coming out stronger, wiser, and ready to step into the promise God has been preparing for you all along. And somebody give God a praise right now, like you know the storm is about to pass. Your present storm is not your permanent story. Right now, it might feel like everything is falling apart, like every day is another battle just to make it through. You wake up and the first thing you feel is the weight, the heaviness, the ache of what you're facing. The clouds seem so dark and the rain seems so relentless and the wind keeps pushing against you with everything it's got. But storms are temporary by nature. They may be violent, they may be loud, they may even cause damage, but they don't last forever. And just because you're in the middle of one doesn't mean that it defines the rest of your life. The problem with storms is they try to convince you that this moment is all there will ever be, but that's a lie. Life has seasons, and seasons change. What you're walking through right now is not the whole book. It's just a chapter. And in the hands of God, even the roughest chapter can be rewritten into a testimony that inspires others. The enemy wants you to think that the storm is your identity, that the chaos around you is who you are. But you are not the trouble you're facing. You are who God says you are, and God's word says you are victorious, chosen, loved, and purposed. The storm might have delayed you, but it cannot define you. It might have knocked you down, but it cannot keep you down. God is already working behind the scenes, shifting the winds, calming the waves, and preparing the breakthrough. And when the clouds part and the sun shines again, you'll look back and realize the storm didn't break you, it built you. You will come out of this stronger, wiser, and more anchored in your faith than ever before. And the same people who doubted you in the rain, will see the glory of God on your life when the storm is over. What the enemy meant for evil, God will turn for good. There are moments in life when the attacks feel strategic, almost as if every weak spot you have is being targeted at once. The enemy studies your fears, your insecurities, and your past wounds, and then he tries to use them to break you. He sends disappointments to crush your hope, betrayals to shatter your trust, and setbacks to convince you that your dreams will never happen. But what he fails to understand is that God is the master of turning plots into platforms, pain into power, and mess into miracles. The very thing that was designed to destroy you becomes the very thing God uses to deliver you into your purpose. It's like Joseph, who was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery and thrown into prison, Yet every step of injustice was leading him closer to the palace. You may not see it now, but there is a divine reversal at work in your life. God takes the ashes and creates beauty. He takes the rejection and creates redirection. He takes the delay and turns it into development. The enemy thought that heartbreak would stop you from loving again, but it's only teaching you how to love deeper and stronger. He thought the loss would make you bitter, but it's giving you compassion and empathy you never had before. God is weaving every thread, even the dark and painful ones, into a tapestry of grace that will testify of his goodness. What was sent to break you will bless you. What was meant to bury you will raise you. And when you stand on the other side of this trial, you will not just be a survivor, you will be a living example of God's ability to redeem anything and make it work for the good of those who love him. You are planted, not buried. There's a difference between being buried and being planted. But when you're underground, it can feel the same. Darkness surrounds you. Isolation presses in. It feels like you've been covered up and forgotten. When you're buried, it's meant to end you, to close the chapter, to remove you from sight forever. But when you're planted, it's meant to grow you, to prepare you for something greater than you are right now. The soil that surrounds you is not your grave. It's your growth chamber, and God has allowed you to be placed in this season so that roots can take hold, so that your foundation can go deeper than your feelings. The pressure you feel is not to crush you, it's to prepare you to carry the weight of the fruit you're going to bear. The seeds don't sprout overnight. They stay hidden for a time, breaking open in the dark, going through a transformation that no one can see. That's what God is doing in you right now. He's working in the unseen, in the secret places of your heart, in the depths of your character, shaping and strengthening you. People may walk away because they can't see any visible progress, but that's because they don't understand the process. They think you're buried, but you're about to break through. Every tear you've cried is watering your destiny. Every delay is giving your roots a chance to grow stronger. And when the time is right, you will push through the dirt that tried to hold you down and rise into the light. You won't just survive the season you're in. You'll come out with life, growth, and abundance that could only have come from being planted in God's timing and in God's hands. Pressure is the birthplace of power. Diamonds are not formed in comfort. They are created in the depths of the earth under unimaginable heat and crushing weight. The same is true for you. The seasons that press you, that push you to your limits, that make you feel like you can't take one more step are often the very seasons that God uses to unlock the strength and authority inside of you. Pressure forces you to discover what's truly in you. It reveals the resilience, the faith, and the courage that comfort could never produce. It strips away the unnecessary, the shallow, the weak parts, leaving only what is strong enough to endure. Every challenge, every trial, every test is shaping you into someone who carries power not just in words but in presence, power to overcome temptation, power to stand firm in the storm, power to speak life into situations that look dead. Without pressure, you would never know the depth of your own endurance. Without resistance, you would never develop the spiritual muscle needed to move mountains. And while pressure feels like it's breaking you in the moment, it's actually building you for the future. God uses these seasons to increase your capacity so that when the blessing comes, you are able to handle it without it handling you. The oil that anoints kings comes from olives that have been crushed, and the wine that fills the cup comes from grapes that have been pressed. Your pressure is producing something precious, something that cannot be bought or fake it. It's producing the kind of power that changes atmospheres and shifts situations, the kind of power that doesn't just lift you, but lifts everyone connected to you. This season is preparation for your next elevation. Every stage of your journey has a purpose, and even the uncomfortable, uncertain, and painful parts are working together to position you for what's ahead. God is intentional. He never wastes a season. Right now, you may feel like you're stuck, like you're walking in circles, but in reality, you're in training. He's teaching you lessons you'll need for the place he's taking you. The challenges you're facing are building the endurance you'll need to stand your next level without collapsing under the weight of it. The waiting is sharpening your patience so you won't rush the process when doors begin to open. The difficulties are refining your character so that when you receive more influence, you'll lead with humility and integrity, just like a soldier trains before battle or an athlete conditions before the big game. You're being prepared for a stage you haven't yet stepped onto. Preparation doesn't always feel exciting. Sometimes it feels lonely, hidden, and hard, but it's in these moments that God equips you with the wisdom, discernment, and resilience you will need to steward the blessing that's coming. If you try to skip the preparation, you risk not being ready for the elevation. But if you embrace it, if you allow God to complete his work in you during this time, you'll step into your next season not just ready, but unstoppable. And when you get there, you'll look back and realize that every trial, every delay, every late night of prayer, and every moment of faith in the dark was shaping you for the very place you were always meant to stand.